The reticular activating system. You've probably noticed this. You decide you want a red car. Suddenly red cars everywhere. Or you set an intention for a new opportunity. Then, 3 conversations, 2 articles, 1 email, all related to exactly what you're manifesting. Actually, it's your brain's filtering system doing what you trained it to do. Meet Jessica. Career transition goal. Teaching to instructional design. Overwhelmed. Couldn't see opportunities through the noise. She learns about the reticular activating system. Week 1. Primes her RAS by researching instructional design daily. Week 2 arrives. Scrolling LinkedIn. Posts she'd scrolled past for months? She notices them now. Week 3. Coffee with a colleague. Instructional design mentioned. Her ears perk up. That conversation always existed. Her RAS just flagged it. Month 2. LinkedIn showing relevant posts. Always there. She attends a networking event. Meets someone in the field. That person attended 3 previous events. Never noticed before. Conversation leads to informational interview. Month 3. She opens LinkedIn. The exact role she's been priming for. Posted a week. RAS finally catches it. Timeline. 3 months. Opportunities existed. Her brain wasn't filtering for them. Here's what neuroscience reveals. Your reticular activating system filters 11 million bits of information down to 40 bits your mind processes. Research shows RAS prioritizes information matching current goals. Studies demonstrate goal priming increases opportunity recognition. Why? You literally cannot see what RAS filters out. What psychologists call selective attention. Your brain determining which information reaches awareness based on programmed priorities. Here's what setting intentions actually does neurologically. You're not telling the universe what you want. You're programming your attention filter. Training your RAS what to flag. Opportunities don't appear. Your brain finally notices them. That's not the universe delivering signs. That's your RAS doing exactly what you programmed it to do. When you understand RAS, setting intentions becomes strategic. Feed your brain specific information about your goal. Research it. Visualize it. Discuss it. You're training your filter to catch opportunities your brain would otherwise miss. The opportunities are already there. Make your RAS see them. Neural plasticity and belief rewiring. Month 2 of affirmations. You're saying the words, but you don't believe them yet. Your mind immediately lists all the evidence they're false. Manifestation teachers say, fake it till you make it. Neuroscientists say something more specific. You're literally rewiring neural pathways through repetition. Every time you repeat a thought, you're strengthening or weakening brain connections. The question isn't if your brain will change, it's which direction you're training it. Meet Marcus. Money mindset goal. Grew up with money is scarce. Wiring. Wanted abundance mindset. Started affirmations. Felt fake. Weeks 1 through 4. I am financially abundant. His brain screams, liar. Hollow. False. Week 5. Wants to quit. Learns neural pathways strengthen with repetition. 21 to 66 days. Keeps going. Week 8. Saying the affirmation. Something shifts. Less fake. Week 12. Catches himself. Automatic thought, I can't afford it. Stops. Replaces. How can I afford it? New pathway activating. Month 4. Financial decision appears. Approaches from abundance without thinking. New pattern becoming default. Month 6. Scarcity thoughts feel foreign. Someone mentions an investment. His brain responds, I could make that work. No effort. New pathway as default. Timeline. 6 months. Rewiring complete. Here's what neuroscience reveals. Neural plasticity is your brain's ability to form new connections throughout life. Research shows repeated thoughts strengthen specific neural pathways following Hebb's law. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Studies on habit formation found 21 to 66 days establishes new patterns. MRI studies show measurable brain structure changes from consistent mental practice. What psychologists call neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to reorganize by forming new neural connections, allowing beliefs to physically change through repetition. Here's what affirmations actually do neurologically. You're not convincing the universe. You're strengthening neural pathways. Each repetition builds the connection. Eventually, the new belief becomes your brain's automatic response without conscious effort. That's not fake it till you make it. That's train your brain till the new pathway becomes default. When you understand neural plasticity, you stop expecting instant belief shifts. You're building a highway in your brain. Takes time. Requires repetition. Your brain will rewire. Give it the consistency it needs. Mirror neurons and environmental programming. You spend hours weekly with friends who complain about money. Then wonder why abundance mindset isn't working. Or you watch success content online but your real environment is people who play small. Manifestation teachers say, protect your energy. Neuroscientists say your mirror neurons constantly copy behavior around you. Your brain becomes like your environment. That's survival. Meet Rachel. Building a business. Consuming success content online for inspiration. But real environment full of 9-to-5 mindset. Felt resistance. Months 1 through 3. Watching entrepreneurs online daily. Energized. But her daily environment. Friends questioning her choices. Family asking when she's getting a real job. Her mirror neurons absorbing caution and fear every single day. Month 4. Joins mastermind with other entrepreneurs. Spending hours weekly with growth-minded people. Week 2 in new environment. She takes action she'd avoided for months. Something shifted. Month 2. After environment change. Revenue doubles. She realizes her mirror neurons spent months copying scarcity, now copying abundance. Month 6. She's in a group call. Someone shares a big win. Her brain doesn't think that's impossible. It thinks, how can I do that too? Mirror neurons learning success is normal. Timeline. 6 months total. Business tripled within a year of changing environment. Here's what neuroscience reveals. Mirror neurons discovered in the 1990s fire both when performing actions and observing others. Research shows they facilitate learning through observation. Studies demonstrate people unconsciously mimic emotions and behaviors around them. What psychologists call neural mirroring brain cells, activating during both action and observation, causing unconscious copying of surrounding patterns. Here's what protect your energy actually means neurologically. Your mirror neurons copy everything around you. You can't manifest abundance while your brain copies scarcity all day. Environment isn't just influence. It's programming. That's not energy protection. That's mirror neuron management. Your brain copies what it observes most frequently. When you understand mirror neurons, environment becomes strategic. Your brain will copy what it's exposed to. Give it success to copy. That's not selfish. That's neuroscience. Dopamine and motivation systems. Week 8 of working toward your goal. Initial excitement long gone. You're supposed to trust the process, stay motivated, keep going, but you're running on empty. Manifestation teachers tell you to raise your vibration. Neuroscientists would tell you to understand your dopamine system. Motivation isn't mystical. It's chemical, and you're managing your brain's reward system whether you realize it or not. Meet David. Fitness goal. Lose 40 pounds. Started strong. Motivation crashed week 3. Weeks 1 through 2. High on dopamine from new goal. Visualizing end result constantly. Week 3. Dopamine crash. Motivation gone. Thinks manifestation isn't working. Month 2. Learns about dopamine prediction error. Celebrates small wins instead of only visualizing big goal. Lost 5 pounds. Celebrates. Brain releases dopamine. Actual progress creating reward. Week 3 after shift. Motivation returning. Small wins creating consistent dopamine. Month 4. Lost 20 pounds celebrating incremental progress. Month 7. Steps on scale. Down 2 pounds. Celebrates. Brain releases dopamine. Tomorrow he'll work out again. Small win created motivation for next action. Timeline. 7 months. Hit goal. Here's what neuroscience reveals. Dopamine is motivation neurotransmitter released when expecting or receiving rewards. Research on dopamine prediction error shows brain releases dopamine when reality exceeds expectation. Studies found visualizing end result without celebrating progress can decrease motivation. Neuroscience shows small, frequent rewards sustain motivation better than distant, large rewards. What psychologists call dopamine-driven motivation, the brain's chemical reward system that requires evidence of progress to maintain effort toward long-term goals. Here's what trust the process ignores. Your dopamine system needs evidence it's working. Only visualizing end result without celebrating progress depletes motivation. Your brain needs small wins to keep going. Not mystical faith. Chemical feedback. That's not lack of faith. That's dopamine depletion. Your brain needs rewards to sustain motivation neurologically. When you understand dopamine, you become strategic about wins. Celebrate small progress. Track evidence. Give your brain the chemical reward it needs to keep moving forward. Motivation isn't mystical. It's manageable. The default mode network and visualization. You're visualizing your goal. Eyes closed. Seeing it as if it's real. Manifestation teachers say you're sending signals to the universe. Neuroscientists watching your brain would see something different. Your default mode network activating the exact same regions that would fire if you were actually experiencing what you're imagining. Your brain doesn't know the difference between vivid visualization and reality. That's not magic. That's measurable brain activity. Meet Sarah. Presentation anxiety goal. Terrified of public speaking. Big presentation coming. Started visualizing success. Felt silly doing it. Week 1. Visualizes giving presentation successfully every day. Feels awkward. Week 2. Learns default mode network activates same brain regions as actual experience. Realizes she's training her brain by imagining. Week 3. Visualization starts feeling natural. Neural patterns forming. Week 4 arrives. She's on stage. The actual presentation. Her body moves naturally. The words flow. This moment feels familiar. Her brain fires patterns it rehearsed in visualization. Her default mode network already experienced this. Presentation goes well. Week 5. Reviews neuroscience research. Understands why visualization worked. Her DMN didn't distinguish between imagined and real experience. Mental rehearsal created actual neural patterns. Athletes use this. Surgeons use this. Timeline. 4 weeks from visualization to successful presentation. Not woo. Training. Here's what neuroscience reveals. Default mode network activates during rest, imagination, and self-referential thinking. Research shows DMN activates same brain regions during visualization as during actual experience. Studies on mental practice demonstrate improved performance without physical practice. Motor cortex activates during vivid movement visualization. What psychologists call neural rehearsal. The brain's tendency to process imagined experiences similarly to real ones, creating preparatory neural patterns before actual events. Here's what visualization actually does. You're not sending signals to the universe. You're activating same brain regions that fire during real experience. You're pre-wiring success neurologically. That's not mystical manifestation. That's your default mode network creating neural patterns for success before it happens. When you understand DMN, visualization becomes strategic brain training. Your brain will prepare for what you vividly imagine. Make your visualizations detailed. You're creating the neural blueprint for success. Prefrontal cortex and executive function. Month 3. You know what you want. You've visualized it. Set intentions. Your RAS is primed. But when it's time to actually do the scary thing, reach out to that person, invest that money, make that move, you freeze. Manifestation teachers call it a block. Neuroscientists would point to your prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for executive function. The part that overrides fear, plans for future, and makes you do hard things. Manifestation without executive function is just daydreaming. Meet James. Business launch goal. Spent 6 months manifesting. Vision clear. Never launched. Months 1 through 6. Perfect vision board. Clear intentions. Daily visualization. Never took launch action. Called it waiting for alignment. Month 7. Learns prefrontal cortex makes you do uncomfortable things. Realizes his PFC isn't engaged. Week 1. Makes one uncomfortable call. Prefrontal cortex activating. Overriding fear. Week 2. Another scary action. PFC getting stronger. Month 8. He launches despite fear. Fear says don't send the email. Prefrontal cortex says do it anyway. He clicks send. Executive function beats limbic fear. Timeline. 8 months. 6 wasted without engaging executive function. Here's what neuroscience reveals. Prefrontal cortex handles executive functions including planning, decision-making, impulse control, and future thinking. Research shows PFC can override limbic system fear responses. Studies on delayed gratification demonstrate PFC strength predicts goal achievement. Neuroscience shows PFC develops and strengthens through use. What psychologists call executive function. The prefrontal cortex's capacity to plan, decide, and execute actions toward long-term goals despite short-term discomfort or fear. Here's what aligned action actually requires. Your prefrontal cortex making you do uncomfortable things. Vision without executive function is fantasy. Your brain needs the override system engaged. That's not waiting for alignment. That's avoiding executive function. Your prefrontal cortex is what creates results. When you understand executive function, you train your PFC like a muscle. Small, uncomfortable actions strengthen it. Eventually, your brain's ability to execute becomes as strong as your vision. Integration. How your brain makes manifestation. Work. So, if manifestation is neuroscience, what actually works? Here's what research reveals. Every manifestation technique that produces results does so because it leverages at least one of these brain systems. Vision boards work by priming your RAS. Affirmations work through neural plasticity. Environment matters because of mirror neurons. Celebrating progress manages dopamine. Visualization activates your DMN. Taking action engages executive function. It's not mystical, it's measurable. Meet Maria. Designed manifestation practice using all 6 brain systems. Vision board for RAS. Daily review. Affirmations for neural plasticity. Repetition. Environment shift for mirror neurons. Mastermind. Small wins for dopamine. Tracks progress. Visualization for DMN. Rehearses success. Uncomfortable action for executive function. Weekly. Months 1 through 3. All systems working synergistically. Training brain strategically. Month 4. Breakthrough. She's in morning routine. RAS priming. Neural pathways strengthening. Mirror neurons copying success. Dopamine from yesterday's win. DMN rehearsing presentation. Prefrontal cortex ready. Timeline. 4 months. Achieved goal. Here's what neuroscience reveals. Meta-analyses of goal achievement show multi-system approaches succeed at rates significantly higher than single-method approaches. Research demonstrates brain systems work synergistically when engaged together. Studies show understanding mechanisms increases technique adherence. What psychologists call neural integration, the coordinated activation of multiple brain systems working together toward goals, creating compound effects stronger than any single system alone. Here's what manifestation teachers who understand neuroscience know. Every technique works by leveraging brain systems. The most effective approach engages multiple systems simultaneously. That's not magic. That's strategic neural programming. That's not manifesting through mystical forces. That's training your brain using 6 neuroscience principles, working together systematically. When you understand manifestation is neuroscience, you become strategic. Prime your RAS. Rewire beliefs through repetition. Manage environment. Celebrate wins. Visualize vividly. Take uncomfortable action. Your brain will create what you train it to create. Not through magic. Through biology. Tell me in the comments which neuroscience principle surprised you most today. And if you want more content that explains what actually works based on science, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss the next one.